feel a little bad because I think all I've done is kind of bitch in these top 5 wrap-up videos about SHOT Show 2024. I'm not like that. I love SHOT Show. I love you guys. I love that I, a 40-year-old man, am so lucky to be able to sit here and talk to you through this glass tube 5 feet in front of my face, and you listen to me, even if it is to tell me to shove my top picks up my entire ass. I am grateful. Anyways, I hated the rifles at the show this year. I'm going to do the top 5 rifles that I liked, and for each one of them, I'm going to tell you why I really hated them too. So let's go ahead and get started. Honorable mention, Zastava M72, basically a Serbian RPK. I love to see a gun at SHOT Show whose quality is proven through staggering body counts over the course of decades instead of Instagram likes during SHOT Show. I love Zastava. I love Serbia. I love Belgrade. I love Rakia. I love Steca. Unfortunately, I hate semi-auto LMGs. Now, number 5, my most favorite reviews on TFB TV are the discoveries. The guns I'm not really expecting to like all that much, and they end up being absolutely awesome. Like, for example, the Beretta 1301 and the Bull SAS Ultralight 2. Didn't expect to like those. Well, I loved the Ruger American Ranch in 300 Blackout, even though I had to send that son of a bitch back one time to get the prison workshop tier bolt polished up. I definitely bought it for something in the $400 range, I want to say, and I think it's possibly the perfect budget suppressor host. I'd say it even favorably competes with the more expensive CZ600 Trail in 300 Blackout. Ruger introduced the Ruger American Ranch Gen 2 at the show. That's right, they've taken the same gun, they've added Cerakote and spiral fluting and splatter paint finish on the stock, and an adjustable stock that's much higher quality, I guess. Upgraded stainless bolt body, that actually is pretty cool, much smoother than the probably Zamac zinc bolt from the original. Thread-on muzzle brake, some other features. On one hand, I'm glad to see Ruger upgrading the Ruger American. I hope they continue to sell a ton of these rifles. I love that. I hate that it's $60 more expensive, even though, honestly, that's not bad for all the upgrades I just listed. However, I really hate that even though it has a fluted barrel, it's somehow 1/3 of a pound heavier. Plus, the cosmetic modifications make it look like your Gen 1 Ruger American f***ed the Ram truck that your neighbor bought with his enlistment bonus. Good news, Ruger American evolving. Bad news, the lighter, simpler, cheaper Gen 1 sounds like it might be getting phased out. I would snap up that 300 Blackout or even 7.6239 if you can find either of them, just in case. Number 4, controversy slot. Controversial this year because I hate the fact that I'm putting an unproven rifle at my number 4 slot. This thing could be a piece of shit, but it's on the list purely because I'm a sentimental douchebag. My first AR-15 when I was 18 or 19 years old, Florida State University. The Bushmaster XM15 E2S and a AA EOTech. Back in the day, it was awesome. All the AR guys back then said, mind your ABCs. Armalite, Bushmaster, Colt. Olympic Arms was the Anderson manufacturing of the early 2000s, and Rock River Arms was the cool new guy trying to break into the club. Single most neo-boomer thing that I have said yet on this channel. Now, Bushmaster, they've had several challenges over the past couple of decades, to put it lightly. Changes of ownership, litigation-induced bankruptcy. And currently, it's owned by Franklin Armory. I reviewed the new Bushmaster Bravo Zulu favorably about a year ago. It really did seem nice from a fit and finish standpoint. It performed well, accuracy was good, but this is still basically a new company using an old name and being run by another company whose primary line of business is manufacturing elaborate gun pranks to fuck with the ATF. The XM15 E2S of old, a proven carbine. I know this isn't politically correct, so forgive me, but these were the rifles used by Blackwater mercenaries in the Middle East, and the XM15 E2S was notoriously used by the Beltway sniper in the early 2000s. Bushmaster, they're still making the patrolman's carbine, and I will issue a challenge to Bushmaster. I'm going to be at Thunder Ranch this June, and probably a couple other times this year. If they want to send me one to absolutely thrash, I'll do it if I don't have something else lined up before then, and I'll send it back when I'm done. But I want this gun to succeed because of my attachment, my sentimental attachment to it as the first real rifle that I ever owned. Anyways, Bushmaster M4A2 Retro looks great. Awesome 80s, 90s heat, clear and present danger vibes, and I was excited about it. I hope Bushmaster did it right. Speaking of, somebody needs to bring back the OA 93. Number 3, another retro gun. Retro gun's super hot at this year's show. And another Ruger. I've got to say I'm extremely stoked to see Ruger finally take this turn, release the Mini 14 GB. They're calling it the Mini 14 Tactical. No secret, I love the Mini 14. As I've said before, don't get it twisted. I prefer the AR-15 to the Mini 14, but there are some things that the Mini 14 simply does better than the AR-15. Not a lot, a couple of things. And if I'm being honest, looking cool as shit is one of them, and you guys know rule number 1. Say it with me. Always look cool. The Mini 14 GB drip swag. I pity the fool who doesn't get this reference. You're getting the walnut chassis with the folding metal pipe stock. You're getting the bayonet lug. You're getting the stainless steel matching magazine. Good God, if they could only do this in the correct 13-inch AC556 barrel length, it might be the sexiest rifle ever made. I mean, if you have this in your back seat with a bottle of Crown Royal in the bag and a balaclava, you'll get laid, even if you do drive an Altima. And I hate it because MSRP is $1,850. Come on, Ruger, now's your chance to take back the title, take back the crown from the AR-15, and you're gonna blow it. This is why we'll never win Mini 14, bros. Number 2, the CZ600 MDT. Why do I hate it? Because it's a bolt-action rifle. I really don't have the opportunity to shoot them all that much, so I'm not really crazy about them. Second, this is just another iteration of the CZ600 that's been out for over a year now, I want to say, just in a super awesome Canadian MDT chassis. There's actually 2 flavors, deep bronze and gray, I think they call them. This past summer, I go to the Czech Republic, I go to the CZ factory, I get to try both of these guns out, notwithstanding the fact that I'm not personally excited about any bolt action. These guns are really, really, really good. Ultra light triggers, smooth actions at .75 MOA, 5-shot accuracy guarantee. Literally, the first time I shot this gun, I put 5 rounds into 1.5 centimeters at 100 meters. 1.5 centimeters. Here, come get that right. If you can. You capture that? I don't know what that is. That good? 1.5 centimeters?
It is. We usually guarantee like sub-centimeter.
That's 100 meters, not yards. So we're talking 0.54 MOA the first 5 times I pulled the trigger on this gun. That's damned impressive. Bronze chassis. It looks cooler, more adjustability, more bells and whistles, and it's heavier. Great for PRS guys. For me, I like the gray version. I bet the gray is going to be a little bit lighter, probably going to cost a little bit less when it actually hits shelves. Plus, I don't need a brake. I like the ability to use any AR-15 stock that I want on the gray. CZ also guarantees accuracy for these guns. They've really smashed it out of the park with the 600 series. This may be tied with the CZ600 Trail for my favorite iteration of this gun. Finally, my number 1 pick. That's not really my number 1 pick, but it is my number 1 pick because it was probably the best rifle at SHOT Show 2024. I've already been told to shove the best pistol, the 30X, up my ass, and the best PCC, the Flux Raider, up my ass by you. So unfortunately, there's no more room up my ass for the Beretta BRX-1. So you're going to have to deal with this choice. It's actually a fantastic gun. And if consumers pay attention, there's a possibility this gun could really upend the traditional bolt-action rifle market. Straight pull, fast AF, completely modular, basically like the AR-15 of bolt guns. You can either 3D print or buy collars. For the 308P mags, they'll function perfectly in this rifle. It's just a cool gun. It comes with an accuracy guarantee as well. Sub-MOA for 3 rounds, not quite as impressive as CZ600's .75 MOA in 5 rounds, but the reason why I hate it being on this list is it's been out in Europe for almost 2 years. I got to shoot it the April before last in Italy, where anyone could just walk into a shop and buy it. It's just been so popular in Europe that Beretta refused to make it for the US market since they couldn't even meet the demand at home, and I get it. I've already seen it a whole bunch of times. It's not new and exciting for me, but you know, I don't hunt. That might be the main reason that you would want a faster action, that or competition, I suppose. I don't shoot precision rifle competitions or long range stuff, even though I wish I did. Seems like a hoot. But exciting for me or not, it's now in the US after SHOT Show, and for you bolt gun guys, seriously give this thing a hard look because it might be the best bolt-action rifle, dollar for dollar, that's coming to the US market, and feature for feature. Super modular. Watch my video about it on TFB TV Main. If you guys only knew the research, development, testing that went into this gun over the years, Beretta smashed this one out of the park. They deserve recognition for it. They've had a lot of hits lately. Right now, Beretta's in good hands. They are absolutely on a tear. Speaking of being on a tear, guys, we posted 90 videos from SHOT Show, and our coverage should wrap up on February 3rd, and then we're finally done until next year. I know you're probably sick of it. Thanks for being along for the ride with us. I still have my top gear items, like non-firearm things from the show, coming up this weekend, and then that's it. I don't know. Might do the 5 worst things that I saw at SHOT Show as an exclusive for our Subscribe Star player and Patreon members. Haven't decided yet, but members, sound off in the comments if you want to see that one. Guys, think about supporting us. We don't have to whore ourselves out because we get support from our guys on Subscribe Star, Utreon player, whatever, and Patreon. But we're just glad you're watching. Take care.